There we go. It says we are live. It's Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes live. I apologize for being a couple minutes late. No, my tongue's not blue. So we were actually over to my sister-in-law's with my nephew, who has his birthday in August, but he's going to be gone away working for the summer. So we kind of done an early birthday for him today. Plus, he finished his exams today. Students and teachers, we're all excited about the end of exams, I promise you. We also had birthday cake that had blue icing, which is why I should just check out my tongue, because Starscream Wife's tongue is very, very blue. So there you go. That's why we're a couple of minutes late. Plus, when I started to load things, it didn't want to go live, so I had to reload the screen. Not a big deal, but we're here now. So just give me a moment. I just want to get the chat the way I want the chat to be. Hope you guys are having a tremendous week so far. Hope that you're going to be heading into a tremendous weekend. Give me one moment here. While I'm getting this ready, I'll say this now. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you are at it, light them up, baby. No, let's do that again. There you go. Hit the notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton. Lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. Yeah, so we have a number of pieces of news. Luckily, it's not as full of a news week as the last couple of weeks have been. Pretty excited about tonight's unboxing to show you guys and the next couple of reviews. Pretty excited about that. Let's check in with you guys first. See who is here. Hey, Matthew. Hey, Marcus. Francis. Fearless. Hey, Celestial. Caldeo. It's been a hot minute, buddy. You're right. Hey, Inconsiderate. Us UK guys finally got an Omega Prime. Yes, one of the pieces of news that ended last week, beginning this week, is that fans in the UK are finally getting their Omega Primes. About bloody time, I say. Still some cracks in some people's copies and some not. That's a problem, man. That's a real problem. I'm here to steal Francis Star Convoy. Oh, yeah, I meant to mention that. I was going to say, I thought I saw that, and I missed the thing earlier. Star Convoy today, he's pretty fantastic. Knees go to a little under 90, FYI, so better than expected. Good. I've been wondering that for so long. I'm so glad you remembered it and shared it with us. Little under 90. Okay, fair enough. Because I've been on the fence so much with that guy. I don't know. We'll see. But you know what? I hope that you really enjoy him. I do. I'm curious, Francis, did you also have the selects, or is this your first Star Convoy? Just curious. That's all, buddy. Bring that and do this. What else do we have here? Listen, Blue, I was petrified that you were going to be late. I'm very relieved that you're here. I ordered a Pocket Toys glider of the stars today because I wanted a good power glide, and he hasn't had an official model since Combiner Wars. Interesting. I've never heard of that one. How big is it? Hey, Joe. You did? Yeah, you did. I saw 6-0 and Russ got theirs. Both their Omega seem good. Well, that's good. I hope everybody else's is as well. I had the selection out, liking this version a lot more, honestly. And yeah, I know you were concerned about the knees. Interesting. Thanks. I really actually appreciate the added info, because you answered the things I've exactly been wondering about. Okay. How about we kind of jump into the news, because I'm not going to lie, man. I'm really not looking for this. Why am I having a time here with this? What am I doing here? There we go. Pardon me. I really don't want this to be another hour and a half, because the last couple of shows have gone really long with a lot of news. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. We're into exams. We're into report cards. My day job is really busy right now. So it is what it is. By the way, next week's show, technically, though it's a couple of days before our wedding anniversary, next week's show is going to be the 6th anniversary. Six. The number 6. I don't know why I'm struggling with the word 6th. I don't know why I'm struggling with 6th. I'm saying 6th a lot. But it'll be that anniversary of the show. We're about 300 or so episodes, roughly. I think, no, more than that. It must be more than that. Gotta be more than that. No, maybe not, because it's once a week that we're here. So yeah, about 300-ish or so. How do I know it's about 300-ish? A little more than 300. Because I kind of follow it a little bit by AEW, because they sort of started shows around that same time, even though their actual show didn't premiere until October. But like they were starting shows then. So when they reached 300, I'm like, probably 320 or something like that. So I kind of use them as a little bit of an unofficial gauge. Okay. How about we jump into the news? I'm going to bring this up first. Yeah, D&A Design, my friends. So D&A Design, as we know, is doing a set for Scrapper and Bone Crusher. The two horns are the two horns from when Starscream's having his coronation. Then on the left side here, you'll notice a number of fillers. Those fillers are basically meant to go with Scrapper. We'll see this in the pictures. Then you'll notice that there's a couple of hinges. They go on the bucket of Bone Crusher. There's new feet to give Bone Crusher a little bit of extra height, though I don't know if he needs it, but okay. And new forearms that still go on over the ball pegs, but instead of the hands being in the forearms, they fold out, which I think is probably a little bit better and probably the way that Hasbro should have done it to begin with. You can see the difference here with Bone Crusher. I don't know if, I think you could probably manipulate the chest of Bone Crusher to get it a little flatter anyway, so I don't know if you necessarily need those hinges. The feet, I guess they're okay, but I feel like his feet are a little too big now. I do like the forearms. I think the forearms are really cool. Yeah, see, I don't know if you need all of this for the bucket. I mean, get it if you want it, but I don't know. Yeah, a little bit of height. It kind of takes a deluxe and makes it a little bit Voyager-esque, I suppose you could say. The feet go on the back of the tractor, actually fairly clean, fairly elegant. And honestly, with the arm mode here, same sort of thing, really. It looks fine. The feet there don't stand out. It doesn't really make the arm look worse or anything. I think that they're fine. Forearm and bicep and back of the leg fillers for Scrapper, I guess, if you need it, if you want it. I mean, and it looks like the feet can also go between the arms of Scrapper to give a heel spur for Devastator. I guess that's cool. This is one of those kits where I'm I don't know if I would personally buy it, because I don't know if it adds much value for my mindset. The biggest value, I think, here is probably the fold-out hands on the forearms for Bone Crusher. The rest of it, I'm kind of eh. So I don't know if it would be for me, but I think it's a fine set. I would be very, I don't want to say concerned, but aware in going in on this that the green might be a slightly different shade of green, and the purple might be a bit of a different, I don't know if there's any purple. I think it's all green. The green might be a slightly different shade of green. I look at the pictures and I feel like the feet of Bone Crusher might be just a touch off in terms of the shade of green. So I'm going to go to the back page here. I'm going to do a piece of news that's actually not here, but I'm going to cover it right now anyway, because actually, no, I'll wait. I'll do that piece of news at the end. We have a character bio, basically, for, I'm not going through the video of Bumblebee, but long story short, this is Bumblebee from Cyberworld. This is basically what he'll look like in Cyberworld. You can see what his stats sort of are there. They're I'll show with pictures. B mostly ranks pretty high for the most part. I mean, it's B, right? This is certainly a different take. I look at this and I feel more like it looks like with the way the chest and stuff is, I get vibes of movie jazz, Bayverse jazz to me, except yellow. I don't know. I don't know if this B works for me, but I guess I'm not gonna really complain too much about it until I see Cyberworld. I'm not in on the toy line, but the show looks promising. Some of the character designs might be a little odd. Let's go up here, though, to another character design, and I like this one better than Bumblebee. It is Elita 1, and I do like this look for Elita 1. She looks strong. She looks burly. She looks bulky. She looks like somebody who would be formidable, as I believe Elita 1 should be. And again, most of her stats are pretty darn good. I don't know what the images mean, and I'm not interested enough to watch the video to find out. I'm kind of cool with waiting until we get the actual show and seeing how things play out then. Or skimmed over it. Paramount basically saying there will not be a Transformers 1 sequel. What a shame. It's a brilliant story. Brilliant story. People said it got ruined because they marketed it like it was for kids. I don't understand how one person thought it was for kids. I don't get it. You know what the premise is. There's no way that the premise is for children. A friendship that falls to the degree that an entire planet falls into anarchy and war, that's not a kid's topic. And if your kids are watching that, they probably shouldn't be, because it's not a kid's topic. I don't think that the interpretation of the marketing from the masses helped. I don't think the complaining from fans helped. Same thing with Rise of the Beast. We haven't heard anything about the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover. That might be dead in the water. And if people, sit there and say, how come there are no movies or fiction? Why are they shelving Transformers? Well, fans have ruined it. That's what it boils down to. If you're going to complain about Rise of the Beast, which was a brilliant movie, it was a very well done, very clean movie. There was nothing wrong with it. If you complained about it, then the problem is you, not the film. If you complained about Transformers 1, the problem is you, not the film. Because here's the other side to Transformers 1. After people watched it, they were like, oh my God, that was brilliant. The marketing didn't do it justice. But guess what? And I've said this time and time again. If you're going to pan everything new, these places, Paramount, Hasbro, whatever, their businesses, if you're going to pan it and attack it and tear it down before ever giving it a chance, then guess what they're going to do? They're going to pivot and go somewhere else. They're going to shelve Transformers, and you're going to wonder, why did they shelve it? They shelved it because you complained. That's why. It's not hard math. That's why. I find this really disappointing. I'm super, super bummed out that a film as good as Transformers 1 does not have a sequel in the offing. I hope one day it goes revisited. I really do, because it's a really good film. It's a really good film. Then we come down here to something very, I'm going to say potentially exciting. Missing Link Ultra Magnus, possibly. So this image was put up by Takara. No, of course I can't read it, but the speculation is that, hey, this looks like a white Optimus wearing the Magnus armor. You see the Magnus head and the chest piece down on the side there, a la G1. But then you'll notice that the legs are apart. You'll notice that it looks like the full leg behind is all white. So I don't know if that's the truck leg or not. The arms look very much like the 86 arms, which also very much look like the G1 arms. I feel like the potential is certainly here, but you would pretty much have to completely redo the trailer of the truck, right? You could keep the Optimus as is because you already have an updated Optimus design anyway. And even the arms, all you gotta do is put a hinge in so that they can swing out, because they already had all the way around an elbow and swivel and stuff. It's only a hinge there. The hardest part is going to be the lower legs. You need to both split them, and you need to give them knees and hip hinges. That's not going to be easy. If they pull off this Missing Link Ultra Magnus, I think that he has the potential to either be a complete bomb or the absolute star of the Missing Link line. I'm really, really intrigued by this. Time will tell. Time will tell how that goes. As we go up here, Yolo Park. Yolo Park showed off their G1. I'm not going through the videos, but they showed off their G1 AMK versions of Starscream, Megatron, Bumblebee, and Optimus. I've talked about this at length before. These are recolors of the kind of existing molds. They look good. I do wish that the Optimus did not have the silver elbows. I wish he had the red elbows, as he should. I think the Megatron looks the best of the bunch, seconded by Bumblebee. The Starscream's okay, but there's something about it not quite striking with me, and I don't know what it is. Maybe the head got to be a little darker gray. Maybe the canopy on the chest should be a touch smaller or something. I'm not 100% sure, but there's just something about it. That said, these do look clean, sleek, nicely molded. If you're into the Yolo Park AMK stuff, this is good. Note, it's not AMK Pro, it's just AMK, which means these ones do not have like the LEDs or the die cast or anything. They're just plastic, but they are G1 colored. Let's go back out of this. Interesting. Apparently in Canada, though I haven't seen it, and I actually looked it up, none of the stores around me have this in stock. But in Canada, the comic edition of Emerald Zeron and Flame, that was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, apparently coming to EB Games. Weird. I mean, so did Dino King, and so did the comic book Shockwave. Maybe Straxus will come there too. But this is coming up, like, this is so weird. So GameStop in the US sold off their stores in France and Canada because GameStop in the US is going down the toilet because the guy that owns it, that's what he does. He buries companies. Looking at you, Bed Bath & Beyond. And as soon as it gets sold to Canada, we find out that we're getting Pulse exclusives, at least these ones, in EB Games. Yeah, I'm happy it's EB Games again. I preferred it as EB Games before. I prefer it as EB Games now. It's just a better store. And it was before. Things changed when it became GameStop, and not for the better. Also out is the Sonic crossover with, I'm going to say Sonic and Tails. I don't know their name. Tailspin, and I don't remember the other guy's name. I have seen that set. It's not for me, but it is a cute set. No doubt about it. And nothing really to show here. It's just those, you know, if you don't know this set, it's that one. I love this set, by the way. I love Flame. Cut those little nubs off on the back of the knees. But other than that, man, I love the look of Flame. Emerald Zeron, I'm just baffled that we got an Emerald Zeron. Happy, but baffling. And of course, the other set at EB Games is this one, right? It's a cute set. They're not big, but it's a cute set. We go up here a little bit. Michael Dobson is going to be at TFCon Toronto. Of course, Starscream and the Unicron trilogy is his biggest claim to fame. But he's also Signal Flare. Is that his name? Signal Flare? Yeah, Signal Flare from Energon. So he'll be at TFCon. Venom. Like, come on. I know that they still call him Venom, but it's Venom, right? And I had the lame little Venom. Actually, I have 3 of them. The lame little purple Waspinator repaint that came with Legends class Acid Storm, because the little Waspinator came with Legends class Generations Legends class Starscream. And I had that, and I always hated it because I was like, man, it's purple. It looks like Waspinator. I expected Venom to be a Waspinator repaint from Kingdom. I love this way more. This looks exceedingly G1. If you knew the G1 Deluxe class, the G1 Deluxe Insecticon Venom, this is a very nice update to that. I love the articulation. I love the look. I can't believe that we have the main trio and now all 4 of the Deluxe Insecticons updated in the modern age. In the spiel that Mark Marr does with all of these images, he also says, you know, he talks about swarms of Insecticons and how you can have multiples and stuff. But he also says, like, there are some that, you know, there are some insects that could be done at different size classes. There are some that have been done at different size classes that he'd like to do at Deluxe. And then in brackets, he said, looking at you, Hard Shell from Transformers Prime. I'd be down for adding a Hard Shell here. Why not? Love it. Love it. Love it. Really, really, really happy and impressed with how he turned out and looks. Okay, I'm going to go to here. Before we kind of go on, though, I just want to note something. Where is it? So apparently, oh my goodness. Let's see if I can find it. On tformers.com. So you got to go there to check out this piece of news. You would actually have to go to the website and check it out. They have up images for BX. This is their what is it? This is their Scorpion Giant. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading my own handwriting because I wrote it down quick. So the BX03 Scorpion Giant is a KO of G1 Scorponok at 14 inches tall. So about the size of, say, Cybertron Primus, right? Like he's basically supreme class size. I don't know what the size was of the original Scorponok. I know that it was not as big as Fort Max. I don't know if it was as big as 14 inches. This one will come with the sticker sheet. It will come with Fast Track. The purple on it looks darker than the official purple, but the grays, blacks, greens, oranges all seem the same. The purple seems a little darker on the KO. It will cost 150 US, which I think is a steal of a deal price for what is essentially a G1 Scorponok. And he will release on June 30th. So very, very, very soon. So if you're in for some G1 stuff, if you're curious about a 14-inch G1 Scorponok KO, check out tformers.com. They have plenty of images for that product. And I wouldn't sleep on it. 150 bucks is going to be a good deal for it. And I think it's probably going to be pretty popular. Remember, pre-orders start, or it releases, it releases in just a couple of weeks, the 30th, right? Next week is the anniversary show. He releases on mine and Starscream Wife's anniversary. That's not very far away, man. Just saying. Just saying. So, moving on, we have coming out the Galaxy Force manga. It's a complete edition. I'm not going in there for that. It's, I assume, going to be in Japanese, but I don't know for sure about that or translations. Infantry, they are doing a Kickstarter for their 40th anniversary watches. Pieces can go changed out on these. You know, like they're being touted as high end and of course Transformers related. And you can see here like different faces and different, I don't know what the pieces of a watch are called, like different straps, and you can take out like the center thing with the numbers around it. And you can change stuff out. The price, as I recall, pretty expensive. A lot of people thought it was reasonable. I thought it was insane for a watch, but to each their own. If you think it's reasonable and you like it, I want to support it. Like, I mean, I think this looks cool. I mean, I'm not spending, I thought it was like 400 bucks or something. Like, I'm not spending 400 bucks on a watch. Not a chance. I don't care how well it's made. But, you know, like, it looks good. There's no doubt about it. If you got the scratch, if you like the look of this, sure, why not? I kind of like the strap on the Bumblebee, but I like the face of the Optimus, and I like everything about the Megatron. Purple is my favorite color, so that's why I'm going to like everything about the Megatron, right? So nothing against them, but again, I don't know. I'm not a watch head, so it is what it is, I guess. They're cool. Does it say the price here? I thought it said it before. See, with Seiko. I thought we talked about it last week. I don't see it there now, but maybe somebody in the chat can say if I'm right about that price or not. Also, I'll mention this. Fanatical is doing a charity where it's supporting the, I'm going to make sure that I say this right now. Where is it? Yeah, they're doing a charity bundle game giveaway that features Transformers Battlegrounds. It is in support of the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children in the UK. It's a $199 value of games for $5.99. It'll be stream keys, which means it's not for like console gaming. Make of that what you will. But Battlegrounds is in there at, they say, yeah, $24.99 value, right? You know, the Ben $29 value, the Star Trek Prodigy one, a $49 value, and so on and so forth. You're getting all of these games for $5.99, and those proceeds are going to serious cause. In the also, like, I guess I'm not saying all of this long, exceedingly Japanese. I don't know the words for, but it's another one of these Optimus. If it was an anime girl dressing up as them. And I talked about this last week, and I said this one is better than some of the models I've seen because at least this looks more like a robot than a scantily clad girl. If you dig this and you like this, I guess cool. Again, for me, I just look at it and I'm like, this is uncomfortable to look at. It's not for me. It's just nothing about that's for me. I got to be honest with you, and I'm going to get out of it because I got to be real honest. Like, I respect the detail and stuff, but I find this sort of stuff wildly uncomfortable to look at. It's toys about robot armies having wars. What does it have to do with an anime girl? I don't, it's not for me. It's not for me, man. If it's for you, cool, but it's not for me. eHobby, they're doing garage kits, little resin figurines that you paint, basically. We're going to see, and by the way, in the pictures here, you see Optimus, and like there's a Megatron. There's a whole bunch of them in there. Grimlock is in there. Man, does it say here? Yeah, Grimlock, Sideswipe, Drift, Deadlock. Pre-orders begin tomorrow, Friday, right? But we'll see the Optimus up a little closer in a minute or two. We can go up. So PUBG apparently is like a battle royale game that I don't know anything about, a mobile game thing. Optimus and Megatron are joining that. So if you're into PUBG and you want to play as Optimus, cool. Yolo Park, AMK Pros, Optimus Prime from Rise of the Beast. This is like an updated sculpt where they made a couple of changes to the head, apparently. I mean, it's subtle. I'll say that. It is very, very subtle. Does it look good? Yes. Do I really know what the other one looked like or what the issues were with it? No, not really. But according to the little write-up, it basically says that the sculpt of the head and the expression in the eyes have been fine-tuned to be more screen accurate. The interchangeable hands now feature upgraded paint applications for enhanced detailing. So, like, it's only paint apps, but I guess it's nice to have them. You know, I wouldn't argue about it. The 2025 Generations book that has everything in it from Age of the Primes, the Studio series, to T-Spark, to Adamus Machina, and everything in between is 96 pages and going to be released in Japan. When it goes released, it's, I think, like limited quantities or from one store or something. You also get this postcard that has Unicron and Galvatron on it. I mean, I don't know if you're sending it to someone. I don't know. I don't see the point in having a postcard, but okay, cool. I'm not against it. I mean, if you buy the book and they want to give you added value with a card, cool. And for what we're going to look at here in the news, this is the last bit. This is the resin cast of Optimus Prime, and you can also see it painted up here, right? So it comes in gray. You have to paint it up. And I know some people who do these miniatures, and the detail that they do is really, really good. Really, really impressive. Hard to believe that Optimus that's colored is all painted. He looks really crisp and clean. And, of course, all these paint markers are getting a cheap pop here, right? So that being said, let's close that out. And I'm going to check in with you guys, and then we'll do the last piece of news, the trivia, the unboxing. Get out of here. So let me go well up here because I know that I went through all of that without talking to you guys. But that's okay. We'll do it. We'll do it now. It'll be fine. Don't worry, man. It'll be fine. It's Thursday night. It'll be fine. Where are we to? 28 minutes. We're making sweet time tonight. I think it was about here where I stopped with Francis. I did a review showing the knees just for you. I appreciate it, buddy. I really, really do. I'm gonna have to pay particular attention to that one, Joe. It's 6.5 inches. It's masterpiece scale and 1-to-1 version of the DX9. The 11. Yes, I do know that one. Yeah, that would be way too big for me. I'm not an MP guy though. But if you are, then cool. I'm glad that you got one. Hey, Line. Hey, Blue. Hey, Razor Bear. The DNA set was almost an instant buy, but pin removal. For the bucket, I guess. Yeah, pin removal is, I'm not a fan of it. I've only done it twice, and once I bent up one pin punch, and the other time I bent up two. I don't know how people do it and say, like, it's easy. I have no idea how you do it easy. There's nothing easy about it in my experience. One of those 50-50 kits. I'm kind of with you, Caldillo. Definitely helps short, stubby Bone Crusher a lot. It helps his arms, yeah. I don't find that he's short as a robot, though, but it helps his arms for sure. Hey, Lance. Cyberworld B design. In the design reminds me of the Revenge of the Fallen Legends class toy. Yes, I can see that as well in their good eye, Caldillo. Alita one, pretty cool, and it's neat that she turns into a boat. Yes, I thought that was very different too. I like that. Alita one, she's been everything, hey? Maybe we'll get another director, maybe, but it's not about a director. It's about people not going to the films. If they're not making money, then they're not going to spend money to make them. Simple as that. I said it when one came out. I said it when Rise of the Beast came out. If you want Transformers to continue to succeed, you need to support it. Not argue about it, not yell about it, not say, this is garbage. You're supposed to be the most hardcore fans. What's the public going to think if the most hardcore fans saying it's trash? And then you say, well, did you watch it? And they're like, well, no, but it's not G1, so it's trash. Like, I'm a G1er. I am a G1er through and through. But to say that that's the only era, to say that's the only thing that counts, you're not doing a service to the fandom. That's all I'm saying, man. Because there's lots of other good stuff out there, too. Hey, Master Far. They marketed it for kids. They barely marketed it to anyone. That's true. I agree. Hasbro killed their own movie by not putting anything into the marketing campaign. I mean, that's what Hasbro does. They don't know. Look, Hasbro's a toy company that bought other toy companies. And they're always talking about, we're going into digital gaming. You don't know how to do that. We're going into fiction and films. You don't know how to do that. You keep trying to find these other ways to make revenue when the one thing that you're supposed to be good at, making toys, you're not very good at either. And that's the problem with Hasbro, which we'll get to in a second because it's the last piece of news, actually. And it's not that there aren't people there who really try, because there's people there who really try. But unfortunately, it's hard to try when the management's so bad. And Chris Cox does not know what he's doing. If you think he knows what he's doing, then you're wrong. Look at what he did to Wizards. Just saying. We'll talk about the fans, but what about the... What? Well, we'll talk about the fans, but what about the norm? But I agree, it's sad we aren't getting a sequel. I'm glad we get another... What? But I'm glad we got another animated film after so long. Yes. Okay. Man, I stumbled over that comment. It was my fault, not yours. You had it written perfectly. I don't know why I struggled to read that. But yes, you're right. I absolutely agree. It is nice that we got another one. And it was a really good film. I'm really looking forward to Missing Link Magnus. If it's true, I think a lot of people will be. Hey, Mike. Is it me or is the 86 movie came out today? Would it be PG-13 or still PG? I don't know. I literally don't spend any of my brain power thinking about that because it doesn't matter. It's a moot point. The truck legs are what? That is the truck legs. You are correct. So we are getting a Missing Link Magnus that isn't just a truck. I don't know if we're even getting it for sure. We'll see. But I think it's interesting to start pondering about it. Starscream seems maybe a bit short and stumpy. Could be that he's short and stumpy. That could be next to Megatron. That could be. Hey, Manitoba. Caldeo says the Sonic and Tails set could make some great customs. I mean, maybe, but you'd have to do a lot of work because I look at that and I see nothing but Tails and Sonic. I'm not old enough to remember Electronics Boutique. I'm old enough to remember Electronic Boutique. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Me too. Yeah. I wish I could meet Michael. He's my favorite Starscream. Not that the other Insecticon molds were bad by any means. Venom looks good. I agree. Yes, I think he's kind of a standout star of those molds. I'm surprised they kept the oddly placed wings in robot mode. Me too. But I'm kind of glad they did because it was something very unique about him, you know? Guys talking about Dobson. Hey, Ben. Was it BotCon last weekend? Was it a blast or what? It was fun. And 3 exclusive BotCon Yolo Park bots. Nice. We don't hear, because of how things went down with, the way BotCon was run and whatnot, we don't hear nearly enough about BotCon anymore. But I'm really glad you had a good time, Ben. I'm really glad that it was a blast for you. I am. Your handwriting, my handwriting is trash. I'm always telling my students, guys, I apologize when I write on the board. I am just like a kindergartner. What are you doing? Why is your eye on the screen? That's terrible.
I know.
It's so, yes, this is bad. I might do this as a giveaway.
I had to have it.
Did you have to have it?
I did.
This is not the unboxing, by the way. So, yeah, this is... I looked at one like this, and it's really... It wasn't this exact one, though. The one I looked at was a little bit different.
It's a combiner.
Yeah, it is. I have a version of this with a couple of different dinos.
Yeah, but these are all colorful. This one's mine.
Yeah. I got a feeling after she combines them, she's gonna be like, yeah, these are staying as dinos. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Dude, when are my Transformers ever not in?
Are you gonna take it?
Oh yeah.
When are your Transformers ever what?
Not in their dino mode, like.
That's fair.
Their vehicle mode.
No, that's fair. Your Starscream is in vehicle. Yeah, actually, both of your Starscreams are Transformer and vehicle modes. Your G1,
the one that what's his face, my custom one that what's his face.
But I don't think that one. But that doesn't transform.
No, but that's.
But that one would be in robot mode. Yeah, and you got your mini Dinobots, and now you got these. Yeah, that's a good point. Who knew? Looking at my G1 Scorpia, it's probably about that height. No tape measure near. Hey, Big M. Hey, Daryl. Parts forming. Hey, Dragonfly. Cool watch, but considering the last watch I bought was like 8 years ago for $20. I mean, my smartwatch here is like, what did you? It was the smartwatch that you got me about $20, and regularly like 50.
I got it on a lightning deal on Amazon.
Yeah, what was it, like $20?
It was
40, and regular was.
No, regular 40. I paid 20.
Okay, regular 40, pay 20. Phone calls apparently can come into this, though I'm not sure how that happens. I've only had it happen once, and that was by accident. But like, it does everything. I get the craftsmanship, but I'm like, man, how am I spending $400? And that's just a watch. I don't know. It's hard for me to get sold by. Those are $60 on Amazon, and set in blind boxes. Oh, I hate blind box stuff. The watch is parts forming. Not the ones that you take apart. Those maybe. In the age of smartphones, it feels like watches mainly appeal to collectors anyway. I don't know. Like, I got smartphones, but I always got my watch on my hand, my arm, always, and I go to that to check the time before I go to my phone.
Yeah, I've had a watch on my arm since I've been 10.
Yeah, right. Really like. What? Really? One of those pieces of technology that's really just cosmetic these days. Yeah, I get it. Ben 10 is my childhood. One of the reasons I have 10 in my username. Yeah, I don't know anything about Ben 10. I've heard the name, but I was long an adult by the time that came out. Stupid sexy Octopus. Yes, Homer. By the way, Daryl, I was thinking that I might touch base with you if you're going to be around tomorrow. I might try and drop your stuff back to you. We'll see. It's basically sexualizing characters, yes, which is why I don't really like it myself. Hey, Neighborino. PUBG is still going, apparently. I've never heard of it, so I can't really speak to it. It's something that dives into Japanese fiction, and trust me, you think that makes you uncomfortable. The more deeper that. Oh yeah, no, I'm not into Japanese fiction in the least for like anything. It's not for me. It's just not. Nothing against it, but it's not for me. Let's see. I definitely just lost that. Hold on. That's a cool postcard. I don't know if it's me or not, but your audio is quite choppy for me tonight. I don't know. Maybe it's the proximity of my microphone. I don't know. And maybe it is because I had to reload things. So maybe it is choppy for some weird reason. I apologize if it is. It might be the internet. My Star Convoy arrived today. I hope you enjoy them. I still think Supreme Class is the right name for it. I need an armored core transformer. Okay. Well, I hope you get one then. I know I'm 45. I know how weird those folks can get with their tentacles and whatnot. What? Oh yeah, people painted with their bright. Oh yeah. Off topic, but if Swindle had a second brother, would his name be Scalper? Possibly. I didn't find switching Prime's pins too bad. Oh, I did. The upgrade kits are super nice, but I also think, how often will I have him as Devastator? You know what? That's a fair point too. I think it's worthwhile if you either plan to have two sets or if you plan to display them as Constructicons. That said, While for years I had my Constructicons displayed as Devastator, I now have them displayed as their individual Constructicons, actually. Funny enough, she's been a jet, a motorcycle, a car, a truck, and Black Arachnia. You're right, she has. You're right, Masterfire. Alita one has been all of those things, and probably more. Hey, Maximal 10. Pretty sure there'll be an upgrade for Devastator that gives the combined forms hands more articulation. Yeah, probably. I think there might have been. Was that an Alita one that was the boat though from BotCon? Was that Alita one? I know what you're talking about. I'm not sure if it was. It might have been. Very disappointed about no Transformers 1 sequel. Hasbro actually did pretty good with the Minecraft DLC, to be honest. I wouldn't know. But did Hasbro do that? Or was that done by the developers that did Minecraft? You know what I mean? Like, it's a Hasbro license, but did Hasbro actually do it? Chris Cox makes you want to jump. Makes me want to jump. Chris Cox. It's not Chris Cross. It's not Chris Cross. Hasbro's going down the same path as MTV. Not wrong. Cyberworld isn't the first time Alita 1 was a boat. The BotCon one was. Oh, there you go. I still have video games guides with EB Games labels on them. Oh, man, I'll never forget getting stuck in Silent Hill. And it was the one where there's three things ahead of you with a keypad, and it's like three zodiac signs, and the button you had to press was like however many number of limbs or something the zodiac had. So like if it was like Taurus the bull, he has 4 legs and like a head and a tail. So like I think the number was like 6. If it was like Gemini the twins, I think it was like 8 for their arms and legs. It was weird. It was so weird. Starscream wife cameo, absolutely. Some knockoffs are okay. I saw Titan Class Core Optimus in LA. I mean, some knockoffs are better than the original. Not all, but some. Alita 1 was a boat from BotCon. Everybody's stuck on Alita 1 being a boat. No, I don't really play any games anymore. I don't have the time for it. I used to, but I really don't have the time for it anymore. Resident Evil is the most random puzzles. Was it though? I don't know. I never got stuck in Res Evil. Never got stuck in Res Evil. I got stuck in Silent Hill a lot, but I never got stuck in Res Evil. Used to get stuck in Tomb Raider too. Some of those puzzles were brutal. Hey, Sovereign, picked up one of those Playmates 40th anniversary 16-inch Voltrons for the sake of it. Interesting. Not bad for the money. Don't know it. Not something that I've really been into. So, the last piece of news. Let's do this because we're actually making good time. And I actually took an image of this. So, you're going to have to give me a second because I want to make sure that I'm actually giving you the correct information here. So, this came from Bloomberg. And it says Hasbro's decision continues to an alarming trend of layoffs. Through May this year, over 696,000 Americans were laid off. That's up 80% from this time last year. Hasbro themselves have announced that they will be laying off another 150 employees. Do you remember when they laid off 1,500 and then they laid off 1,000 and now they're laying off another 150? The loss of this 150 jobs is expressly based on the tariffs. I keep telling you, they have no place in a modern economy. They do not work. They were replaced with income tax. They had no purpose, none other than to hurt a modern economy. And 696,000 people laid off in May, an unemployment rate up 80% from the same time in 2024. There's your difference between a left-leaning government and a right-leaning government. You can say what you like, but I'm telling you, you're not in good shape. And this is 6 months in, and that's 700,000 unemployed people. That's rough, man. Very, very, very rough. Scary, scary times when people get laid off like that. Okay. I'm going to give you guys the trivia, and I'm going to make sure that we went through the news and got nothing else left to cover. I hate when I got to report layoffs. I really, really do. Unemployment, man, no fun. No fun. And I got news for you. Tariffs, no fun because they don't work. Whoever thinks they work is obviously uneducated and doesn't know the history of economics in the world at all. At all. The trivia. In the first draft of the 86 movie, there was a human character by the name of Rusty Steele. He was cut, but his personality was given to a different Transformer. Did the human character named Rusty Steele, did his personality become the personality for A, Springer, B, Hot Rod, C, Ultra Magnus, or D, Cup? So there was a human named Rusty, what was it again? Rusty Steele. He got cut after the first draft of the 86 film, but they kept the personality. And in fact, there was a character that was called This is Rusty Steele. Which character was it? Is it A, Springer, B, Hot Rod, C, Magnus, or D, Cup? We got Springer, Cup, Springer. The answer is Springer. A, Springer. Yep. The guy was a witty, kind of sarcastic Indiana Jones type, very much like Springer. We went through the Sonic Collab, the DNA stuff, the Magnus, the Transformers 1 sequel. We went through the Yolo Park. We went through Flame and Emerald Zeron. We went through Michael Dobson, Venom. I mentioned Hardshell, the Galaxy Force manga, the charity being done in support of the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children in the UK. We've done the Girl Optimus Prime. We've done the E-Hobby Garage Kits, if that's your thing. We've done the PUBG. We've done the Hasbro layoffs. We've done the Generations book. We've done the KO of G1 Scorpia. And that brings us. Yeah, I can see that Rusty Steele. I get it. That's why I threw Cup in there, right? That would have been my guess too. Okay, let's do the unboxing. So I got two tonight. It'll be tomorrow's review and Tuesday's review. I will tell you now. I do have one other thing that will be next week's unboxing. I don't think I'm going to get it reviewed in time for next Friday. And honestly, next Friday is my last day of work at work for the year, so it's going to be busy. I'm not really planning a review Tuesday. Well, tomorrow, the countdown on Monday, then Tuesday, and then the show on Thursday. We'll probably skip Friday, and we'll come back around to it like on Monday or something, right? Now, that's it. The unboxing. And I think that this will be a good spot for me to, I don't want to say take a break because that's not what it is because we're heading into summer. We're hoping to get stuff done. But. And these are on loan to me by a good friend of the channel, Daryl, who's in the chat. And tomorrow's review will be Studio Series 86 Scrapper. And you can guess what Tuesdays will be. Bone Crusher. So, this guy here, Scrapper, I'm going to tell you now, and you should really watch it. I wanted to compare him to the Combiner Wars. What ended up happening was I literally do them side by side. I've already done the Combiner Wars, but it's so appropriate to show it next to this guy. Now, it's not just your stock Combiner Wars. Mine has the DNA design. No, sorry, the Perfect Effect upgrade kit on it, which makes it closer to the Takara Unite Warriors version. So I would say if you have the stock Combiner Wars Scrapper, this guy's definitely better if for no other reason than he can do these two moves with his arm. When you have the Takara or the Perfect Effect kit, I'm going to tell you now, you know why I love this guy? Because except for this, instead of pushing the head down, and except for bending the elbow back instead of turning the bicep around and bending the elbow up, This is the exact same. Every single solitary movement, every piece of hollowness, everything is the exact same as the Combiner Wars, barring those two differences. Barring the Combiner Wars with the upgrade kit or the Unite Warriors. Otherwise, the exact same. I love that scrapper, so I love this scrapper. It will be a wild review to see them side by side. Is this actually a true blue Voyager? I think my answer is going to surprise you. And then, of course, we have Bone Crusher, who is not exactly like his Combiner Wars counterpart. Not just in terms of size. You can't really compare them the same because that was a Voyager. This is a deluxe. But, and I do get the appeal of the forearms, but I was surprised how much of this is definitely inspired by that Bone Crusher. What do I think of this guy? Do I like this guy? Yes. Do I like it as much as Scrapper? Do I like it as much as my Bone Crusher from Combiner Wars? We'll see. We will see. But yes, we will do both of those Constructicons. As for the review after that, we'll see when we get there. Yeah, I'm going to remove what you got there, Daniel. I'm not all about the God stuff, buddy. Sorry. I don't need all that filling it up. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's right. So there you go. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We can get out of here. I am so glad that you came. I hope you have a wonderful weekend up and coming. Of course, if you haven't voted yet on the one best Transformers MP or MPM. Some people tried to vote third party for it with like fans toys or stuff. No, it's MP or MPM. This is first party. We'll do a separate one though for third party. So I've been telling those people, don't think your vote's a waste yet. Keep it in mind. Use it again because we will do it for third party as well. We're going to do that one separately. And with that said, my friends, I love you guys. Thank you for coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we have to offer to you through Spring. Or, of course, you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button. Stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world, and I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, right here inside the videos.